Good morning to everybody and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. And today I come to you from the passenger terminal, the International Passenger Terminal. I'm undercover because it's raining. It's one of those days where you'd hate to be on a passenger liner coming into Sydney, expecting to see sunshine, beautiful weather, and yet to be greeted by dull, dreary rain and cloud. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. And today we'll spend a bit of time. We'll go on a walk and talk style of vlog, and we'll chat about whatever comes into our minds. Thank you very much for joining me. It's always a pleasure to catch up and to socialise, even though it's not one-on-one, with any feedback coming my way. I do appreciate the opportunity to be with you, and I know that there are lots of friends in Melbourne who are locked up with the restrictions down there, and we do feel for you, and it is a sad time for everybody, but this too shall pass. So be confident that in months from now we'll be looking back and wondering what happened, but the challenge is that we've got to endure it while it's happening. So what do we talk about today? As you know, Jim's 5 a.m. Club comes to you unedited, unplanned, unorganised, uneverything. It's all an authentic expression which comes from the heart, and the objective is to have an authentic style of communication where we don't have agendas behind it, we don't have deep meanings or pushing wheelbarrows, but it's an opportunity just to catch up and chat. Anyway, what I'd like to do today is talk about a seminar that I went to many years ago. It was a marketing seminar back in the heady days when I was in the telecommunications industry. And telecommunications was the industry where competition was picking up. For those who are not aware, telecommunications in Australia was a monopoly, a government-owned monopoly, where we had two organisations, Telstra and OTC. Telstra was the domestic carrier, so I did all the telecommunications nationally for Australia, and OTC, the Overseas Telecommunications Commission, was the organisation, the government entity, which did the international carriage and telecommunications internationally. So back in, I think, 1995, those two organisations merged, and then we had the privatisation and the sell-off of the government entity, and now Telstra is a global player in the telecommunications space, and is doing very well, and is showing great leadership in a very busy, very competitive space. But they've managed to pick up their game and to show great initiative in many areas. Anyway, let's kick on to the marketing message that I've got today. As I said before, I worked for OTC and was part of the merger when OTC merged with Telstra, and I went to this absolutely fantastic seminar. Jay Abraham is considered to be one of the marketing gurus, one of the global marketing gurus. He's American and an absolute champion, very clever. And the big point that I got out of his seminar was the importance of the headline. The importance of capturing people's attention in a space which is very, very busy, as we said before, very, very busy, very, very cluttered. So you need to be able to develop a headline which is catchy so that people will understand exactly where you're coming from without having to spend minutes reading into it. Just to give you an example, the media, the newspapers have been big on headlines all their lives. So with the newspaper, with the media, everything is sensationalised. So, within 5 or 6 words, they give you an image which is highly sensationalised, so it absolutely grabs your attention straight away, and you can't help but want to read more about it and learn more about it. Even though the headline could be misleading, it's done so that it captures your attention and directs your attention to where the media agency wants. Similarly, with emails and Facebook and any communication that you have with people, you've got to be very, very clever with how you headline it. Here we have the freshwater heading off to Manly. It's on its run. How beautiful is that? So it's important to, within 3 or 4 words, to be able to capture people's attention. And I remember when I was working at Telstra and writing emails, you can just understand, you can imagine that there are executives out there that receive hundreds and hundreds of emails every day. So with your email, in your headline or in the subject area, you've got to learn to be very, very good with your headline, so that you say exactly what you want with a call for action, so that the person can't help but open the email and action it on the spot, rather than put it on the back burner and have it sitting there for months on end with no outcome ever coming your way. So similarly with Facebook, you get my drift. There are people who, in a few words, are able to capture your attention, and that way they get clicks. The clickbait. The clickbait is a prime example of how headlines, being able to be smart with the way you headline things, so that you can capture people's attention in a space or at a time where everybody is overwhelmed with social media. And to become an influencer, to become somebody who is able to garner people's attention and to shift and to manage, and I dare say even manipulate people's attention, it's something that we all need to be aware of. I guess the past year with COVID-19, it's become pretty obvious that all our attention is captured by this one virus which is sweeping the globe, and you can see that all the media attention is just taking it to the absolute bloody extreme, so that people are in panic, people are living with high anxiety, and it impacts everybody from the elderly to the middle-aged, from the educated to the uneducated to the young, and everybody has a catchline or a catchphrase which seems to shape their belief system. Anyway, so how do we use this? The way we use this is when you're with your friends or when you're with your family. We don't get too many opportunities to capture their attention because, as I said, everybody is distracted. There's a war out there. There's a war for people's attention. So that you need to be crafty, you need to be smart in terms of how you structure your headline, the way you communicate, so that you get people's attention. And you've got to understand you're only getting it for a couple of seconds, and you need to capture it there and then. Otherwise, you're going to miss it and you're going to lose it completely. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for taking some time to join me on Jim's 5 a.m. Club. Let's go up here on top of the quay and just have a look, do a 360 and have a look at how beautiful Sydney is, even though it's wet and rainy. We've got Campbell's Cove down there. We've got a couple of restaurants opened. It's a wet old dreary day, but the Harbour Bridge is always beautiful, regardless of the weather. We've got Luna Park on the other side. Let's do a quick 360 here. So down here we've got Campbell's Cove. We've got the Quay restaurant just below me. The Squire's Landing is down below there, where a friend of ours' dog, my daughter's husband's brother's dog, is on seagull patrol. I'll go down there and get a photo of him later. His job is to chase away the seagulls. Anyway, as you can see, we've got the magnificent Opera House over there, and the rain's starting to ease, and of course Circular Quay. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I'm well, and I feel absolutely great. To all my friends and family, I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow at 5 a.m. on Jim's 5 a.m. Club. And let's not forget to use headlines to our advantage, so that we can capture people's attention in this crowded, overcast world that we live in, and to be very, very sharp, very, very clear with our communication, so that nobody is left with an ambiguous message. They need to know what they need, where you're coming from. They need to know what you want, and they need to know when you need it by. Anyway, take care. Thank you very much once again for sharing this beautiful day with me. And until we chat again from Jim's 5 a.m. Club, bye for now. And we'll just do another 360 and finish up with the Harbour Bridge. And the wind, of course, has turned easterly now, so it's blowing the opposite way. So the wind is always variable here, but it's gentle and it's beautiful. Anyway, take care, and until we chat again, yasas and bye for now.